now Lyon know, with no Malphite ultimate, they have some pretty good setup around that area of a Malphite. But Blabber actually sneaks back in.
He's still waiting now. The Shockwave is ready to go. APA stepping forward, immediate point-blank range on the Shockwave. The second time's the charm, and it's first blood over to APA.
Who said it's not scary just walking at them? Isles, the Ezreal Karma keeps up its push, so they have taken over. You can see on the mini-map, they took over the ward coverage, and they chucked Vulcan hard.
Yeah, Vulcan's down to 500 HP. He tries to get away. The True Shot Barrage is not going to kill him, but Inspired surely is. He chases after him, and the wind becomes lightning, strikes him down. Now Sven versus...
Sure, you killed me, but you used everything. I'll just save mine for the fight.
And Lyon have shown over and over throughout this lower bracket run, they are fine giving up early dragons. Maybe this bottom side, though, under attack.
Yeah, Pop Blossom onto Saint right there. Blabber's ready to follow it up, but Saint flashes away. Now C9 finds themselves overextended, and Blabber is trapped behind enemy lines. Lyon's ready to reinforce with Dokla. Thanatos arrives, but he's already too late. The party's over. Shockwave guarantees the rest of C9 get away, but an over-eager dive ends up more money in Lyon's pockets.
Focus on keeping their economy up in these early stages and building it towards mid-game team fights. So we are almost at that stage where people are working on their second items at the moment.
Okay. I also like how you bring up Inspired's comms, how he's the shot caller, he's the leader, he's the one who's always talking. We'll see if Lyon can get away from this one, though, as C9 looking for the dive on the Mega 9, and they chop Dokla down. Now with the Pop Blossom setting up the second one. Isles could also be in danger. Vulcan and Thanatos continue their chase, and the Blooming Burst takes Isles out of the picture. C9 pick up 2. Bigger pile of rocks, that is just better.
2 souls.
All right, 2 souls, 2 mountains, 2 Malphites, and an Ambessa ulti over the wall going after Dokla, who's trapped in mini armor form, trying to get away. Thanatos' pressure should be more than enough, but nice defensive Mega Armor off the map at the same time. C9's under pressure, Lyon going in, looking to find the kill, while Dokla still runs away here in the top side. So C9 hasn't lost anybody in the bottom fight here just yet, but APA is under immense pressure. Inspired chasing after the mid laner, and he finds him. He's still alive. Lyon are on the hunt, but Inspired finally falls. Blabber looks for a little bit more as Berserker wants to hunt down Vulcan. The last little bit of damage comes into the auto attack. It's a double kill for the Ezreal. Dokla's coming back around. Remember, he never died in the top lane. Blabber and Thanatos have to try to get away, but Thanatos might just have his days numbered. Berserker does but Berserker takes him out. Lyon show their make Lyon check into this dangerous fog of war. They want to give Blabber the opportunity, or Vulcan the opportunity, to make this surprise play that can actually catch someone. Saint is going to teleport now towards mid lane, and Lyon are all moving towards the top side of the river, potentially to start the Baron. Inspired has already begun it.
Yeah, they're trying to get this teleport off of Ambessa, off of Thanatos right now. They're trying to pressure Cloud9. Currently, Thanatos still pushing. He's going to get up to the tower now. Lyon.
Okay, Baron's already at half HP. Dokla's got the Gnar bar charged. He transforms into Mega, as now the TP will come through. Thanatos ready to join the fight. Inspired and Lyon have the Baron down to 3,000 HP. Inspired jumps in. He wants to go for the combo. Sven's already down to 40%. Baron at 2.7k. Inspired not dead yet as the pressure's on. APA yes! The fall, and it's going to be claimed by Blabber. They got the Baron, but now they're going to try to get out. Saint goes in for a big shuffle. Dokla dies to Thanatos. Lyon continues trying to get away, and C9 has it lost a man. He takes out Inspired. Berserker's on a rampage, though, and the Ezreal's still got plenty of HP. C9 still hanging around. They want to see what else they might get, but what a fight! What a sequence for C9!
Blabber with the huge smite, and then he goes over the wall to escape.
For this long, generally it's one big team fight that really warps things. 4,000 gold lead. The Mountain Drake soul point that they earned after the Baron was taken while we were in the replay, and now pressure in the bottom lane as C9 are looking to just battering ram their way into the base, and Lyon is nowhere nearby. They don't want to try to defend against this for now. They're going to sacrifice this first inhibitor as C9 will claim it for free, and it looks like they're going to keep moving forward. They're saying, Lyon, you have got to come answer this. C9 continuing to cautiously move up. True Shot Barrage only hits Blabber. APA taking the focus here from Inspired as C9 groups up to protect their mid laner. Inspired still looking for a little bit more, but does get slowed down by the Malphite. Dokla's got the Gnar bar. Lyon used the Zen ulti. Dokla goes in, but it goes in alone. The Gnar is going to die behind enemy lines as APA takes the kill. Public execution from Thanatos is just about ready to kill Berserker, and the Blooming Burst writes his epitaph. Lyon in a 3v5. C9 C9 on the hunt for Nexus turrets. Saint, Isles, and Inspired trying to defend, but C9 still has the Baron for a couple more seconds. They'll continue pushing forward. That first Nexus turret already about to die. Death timer still at over 30 seconds for the two dead Lions, as C9 will now switch their attention back over towards mid lane and make their exit.
Yeah, man, Cloud9, they're going to demolish a few more plates here. Sven going to get the last one and open up the mid lane turret as well. Thanatos is recalling at the moment. I think it should be fine, but they're going another free kill!
The Wombo combo, unstoppable force plus shockwave. Blink and you'll miss it.
The rest of Cloud9 agree. And they're going to 4-1 split push Flowers. Top side here will be left at Thanatos, while the rest of the team continues on that open mid lane that they had opened up previously. And now with the previous play, they also have such a big gold lead. Look at the itemization difference here. Quite the extra advantage. Oh, wow, thank you. They switch right back to the items perfectly. And we can see the Azir turret does go up though, so defense for Lion, there's still possibilities. You know, it's not quite over yet. There is a Dragon Soul that is 40 seconds away, but there's still hope. Lion trying still to find an opening, see if they can catch anyone, maybe with a lazy recall or splitting off from the squad. Now,
wait, hold on, Inspired jumps in. He wants to kill APA, but instead, the stasis protects the Orianna. Now Saint goes in for the and APA is down. Lion might have found their fight. Blabber's gonna flash away now too, as Inspired and Saint are about to trust. Sven's got the damage over the air. Blabber picks one back to Inspired. Dokla, Berserker, and Isles all on the run. C9 continue their push in a 4v3. Thanatos turns his attention immediately over to the Nexus turret as Berserker fires back towards Vulcan. He nearly kills him. Crosses and Thanatos ending the game. The Nexus is under pressure, and C9 takes game one.
oh my goodness, what an opening game!
Everybody have a raffle ticket on one one. Everybody good. Everybody that's here for LCS, Scotland? So, how many of you remember Roxanne? She's been here every now and then. She's unfortunately not able to make it today. She's sick. However, she's covering a bar tab. So, we're giving out a bunch of free drinks thanks to Roxanne. I'm going to draw out like 10 tickets after each game. And just, yeah, no, geez. So, I'll read out like 10 of these. So, once you confirm the number, come up, hand me your ticket, and then go to the bar and grab a drink. Got it?
Be a mom gap. We're gonna have to search the crowd, find if there's any Lion moms.
We will scan for that throughout this game and see if we can succeed and get some more of those interviews throughout the day. That's another reason to hope that we get a full best-of-5 series. We'll get more interviews with more player families as Saint now back into the mid lane here. Nice hit on the charm with the Electrocute proc 2. APA's bone plating. Not gonna get Saint with the flash to reposition the return of the Spirit Orb. Takes APA out solo style.
He was dominating the 1v1, right? He was already at 10 CS, he pushed Saint back early, and if you don't kill him there, and you've committed your TP and you're low on health, APA is in a monstrous spot. He's gonna crush that matchup. So big mistake from APA.
Yeah, but now it's C9 doing a two-man invade, going after Inspired, but Saint is ready to respond. Labber does get pulled back, sweet spot, Q3, Inspired is about to pick up another one, and C9 are blundering the early game with Lion happy to punish.
Nailing a lot of these charms on APA as he's pushing the wave and then kills these last minions, and then you're taking a little bit of extra minion damage in addition to the RE damage. Regardless, Flabber is going to go over and grab those Void Grubs. You know, first Dragon to Lion is quite nice too. An Ocean Dragon early is always nice for the laners, but Thanatos goes for all out.
Yeah, Thanatos looking to try to get something back for C9 here in this doomed early game. But no, it's going to be Dokla ready to turn it around. Dokla gets the outplay. He'll secure the kill, and Blabber has to use his first Nocturne ulti just to prevent this from also being a disaster.
Ways to start fights. You have to get in your opponent's face, make them walk into you. APA is looking topside though. They want to try to go for a dive here. Equalizer almost up, but there is no flash.
All right, APA does have Tibbers ready to summon. C9 just about have the wave ready to crash into the turret. Meanwhile, Inspired going for the play in the bottom lane here at the same time. C9 going to start their dive up there with the top side with Tibbers summoned up, and the burst goes down. Thanatos gets the kill as Vulcan drops here in the bottom lane right after. Inspired taking the kill as Sven's in a 1v3. He wants to try to get something back, but the Aatrox has the wild growth, the World Ender, and another kill. It's Lyon 5v2 in the game. They come out on top in the play. Saints back in mid to answer the wave push at the same time, and the gold lead is nearly 2,500.
Yeah, so first you saw the original play with Saint.
Before he can get the ultimate upgrade, as C9 look like they want to start the Drake.
And the biggest problem is they've known exactly where Blabber is the whole time. They're always walking in your jungle, so you know if Nocturne's not top side, he's bot side. If Nocturne's not bot side, he's top side.
Okay, Inspired's on the approach, walks into the banana brush. APA dropping the Tibbers, ready to try to defend himself here. Paranoia used defensively. C9 do not want to go after Lyon with this. They just want to get out.
And they expend 2 ultimates to do that. And
Defend, but they did not have that. So it is the single TP advantage now for Lyon, as they have it available on both Dokla and Saint.
they know there's a ward there. He's just looking at each other, giving each other some emotes.
Yeah, just a couple thumbs up, little burger here and there. Inspired does have his Sterix gauge fully completed. Again, this is another massive item for this Aatrox, who kind of stands alone on the front line for Lyon. It gives you way better chances of being able to drain tank through some of the burst and the lockdown. As there's your equalizers. Sven already down to half HP. C9 trying to get away. World Ender coming out from Inspired. First Q hits the sweet spot, and C9 are all trying to flash out. Thanatos, defensive pathmaker, wants to try to go all out, but instead he's buried in his own jungle. Lions see their moment, and they pounce.
Sven, pretty big mistake, honestly. He ate 2 of the knockups in a row from Inspired.
That adds with a Sterix on top. He's a true juggernaut.
All right, APA, can you get away from this one, because Saint is ready. All he's got to do is land the charm. The Annie ultimate doesn't do the job. Saint continues his dive forward, and Big Dokes has enough damage to finish it off. The summon Tibbers didn't hit Saint, it didn't get the stun, and Lion solo laners find their target. In the inventory right next to it, this Ophelios is an absolute cannon for the next fight.
And he's already on to, you know, the, wait a second, teleport up to the top side. Are they going to get chased down on Dokla?
They're definitely looking for it. You got Blabber up here as well. Equalizer already dropped. APA backing away. Dokla just trying to buy as much time as he can. C9 does not want to overcommit resources here.
Ooh,
so you can see they don't spend the all-out or the Tibbers, and they get their kill.
Now, APA is recalling. He does have teleport, so they can try and force on this timer. There's no rumble. This is a big 4-on-5 power play from Cloud9.
And Saint has no teleport. Saint has to still walk all the way up here as Lion try to contest. The Tibbers still waiting over the wall from APA, using that for a little bit of scouting. Saint still making his way up. He's just about arrived to the fight. Watch Inspired, goes into World Ender, trying to make the approach here. He's caught with a wild growth as the dredge line finds its way to the back line, but Berserker's already got the kill into Vulcan. C9 push forward, shut down on Berserker. The Ophelios is on picture, but so is APA. Saint is on the hunt. The Ori is powerful, but Inspired. Oh, the sidestep. C9's looking for another one. Blabber might just fall. It's a double kill for Saints. Ori, this man does not want to lose, and Lion, although it cost them casualties, will stop the Baron and hold the line against C9. Flash to guarantee that he gets an outplay.
And I want to point out, his autos are important too, and that last auto, just enough damage too to make sure that he's low enough. Like, he's not missing any of these opportunities to weave in damage. Berserker though, he was the focus. You know, Cloud9 deleted him in that fight. He knows they are coming for his head. They know they have to deal with that Ophelios. They're going to split Dragon for another Baron attempt here. They're going to put pressure and force Lion to come answer.
I mean, I just think it's really smart. C9 has such a good turn. They're pulling him into these fights.
Vulcan waiting in the banana brush, seeing if there's an opportunity to land a hook and start a fight. Saint flying through the Hex Gate. APA is separated from the rest of the team. He's coming around for the Tibbers. They find a lot of burst on the Berserker, but he isn't dead here just yet. Now he is. APA with a kill. Sven is also dropped from the backside of the fight, though. Lion's still ready to turn it. Double probably is not dead. Vulcan falls back, and Blabber dies too. A double kill of a Saint. Thanatos stands alone, but he will not stand long. 5 for 1. Ace for Lion.
Cloud 50, so this is a very good Medjai's angle. 605, they're going for some extra damage here onto Thanatos.
Yep, they'll lock it down on top of the equalizer there with the gravitum. Overheated Flame Spitter is more than enough DPS. Thanatos falls. That is by far the most durable member of the C9 squad. Lyon with their Baron for the next 2 minutes. With Thanatos dead for the next 45 seconds, they have every opportunity they want on Summoner's Rift to do whatever they want. They're going to push bottom with the large group. Saint Split pushing over in the mid lane. Vulcan dredge lines a minion and needs to immediately hoof it right back to the safety of the base. Lion's pressure continues.
Well, they want to even up the series, Flowers. That's what they want. And the siege here, as you say, with these baroned up cannon minions, look at them destroying the tower. Saint in mid lane, whacking this one down. Bot side has a little bit of a window here where you get rotation over from Sven and Vulcan, but that's just going to delay it. The buffed up cannons here will finish the job. One more shot. Mid lane is wide.
On the line in the sand.
And it's right here. So Guardian Angel completed for Blabber. Well, the death cap's still not completed for APA though.
100 gold is what he needs.
Okay, he's back now.
All right, he recalled, he bought the hat. Now he's coming back towards the fight, but remember, he doesn't have a TP. So he's got to walk all the way up here, but it looks like Lyon is not going to immediately just rush the Baron. C9, they know the area is pretty dark. They need to be careful. Vulcan was not careful enough. Saint with the charm locks up the Nautilus, but they don't quite find the kill. Paranoia used defensively once more as Dokla looks for the equalizer and slows down C9's retreat. Now APA has to flash away just to barely stay alive, but Sven is already down. Vulcan's gonna follow. C9 only 3 alive, and Lyon want the rest of them. Dokla's dealing with Blabber. That Nocturne is nowhere near strong enough to do anything here. Berserker will snipe him down as APA can't escape the infernal chains, and Inspired drags him straight to hell. C9 lose everybody except for Thanatos, and Lyon are barreling down mid lane.
They strike back with a huge gold lead here. 12,000. Lyon are going to push us to 1-1. Flowers.
Thanatos will try to just make a little space, but that Pathmaker is not making much. The ace goes over to Berserker. Lyon bounce back in game number 2. The finals for lock-in are delivering, and we're going to have our series all tied up 1-1.
And Saint in all chat hits APA with easy. How can you get solo killed in this matchup as the Nexus is exploding? So Saint taking an exception to APA's trash talk a little bit there.
To be able to create some more terrain for the battlefield.
Are they going to cook? Oh, they're going to go mage bot here. This is really cool. So this is terrorizing solo queue. Is people are playing a lot of Mel bot in solo queue and Mel plus enchanters. They're doing A-Soul plus enchanters. Basically.
Yeah. Any more ranged uplaners for Dokla, huh? We'll see. We'll see. All right, thank you so much. Back to the casters.
Looks like Blabber kind of made the wrong read here. He was assuming that Inspired would have gone down towards his bot, crossed there to try to defend, and now it's a red buff on Inspired, and Blabber, he might just get chased down.
Yeah, Inspired is after him, and you do not beat Trundle in a duel like this. The Vault Breaker is interrupted, and this one's going to be donated over to Saint's Aurora so that he gets a blue buff on top of it. Disaster in the early game for Blabber. Blabber is a full 3 camps behind in his jungle clears because of the fact that everything got disrupted so badly. As Saint goes in between worlds, APA only level 5 here on the Talia trying to get away, but a 2-fold Hex comes right on back, and Saint finds a solo kill on APA for the 2nd game in a row.
Had the experience advantage, you know, because of that kill.
Really tough. If you can end up, 26 at 25.93. That was I don't know if you guessed that or if you had looked at it beforehand, but I'm going to assume that you guessed it because that's a really, really good guess.
Thank you, Flowers.
He's just going to nod.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think you got it figured out. As it looks like Thanatos has Lyon figured out here, tries to turn the burst back around onto Saint, but no, they brought Inspired and Saint together. Although the play almost went sideways, Lyon still gets their man. Seen by combos. We have not seen C9 find any of this playmaking that they're supposed to be drafting for. as Blabber is down in the Dragon Pit, but there's no dragon.
And it is crazy for people who have been following the whole lock-in tournament as Big Doke's up here.
Yeah, Grim Deliverance looking to set this up. Dokla wants to go all the way underneath the turret. He flashes in. He's got the determination stacked all the way up, so he'll resurrect afterwards. And Big Dokes gets the big solo kill.
In the draft, it makes it more difficult. My only question is, why was he looking so happy on the left there when he was down 700 gold?
He knew he was about to have a glow up.
Oh, it's the character building.
Yeah, he was looking forward to the future.
Love me a top laner that will play weak side tanks and with a smile on their face. Honestly, though, the glow up from Lyon as a team, here we go.
Hold on, though. APA and Blabber finally finding their chance to make a play, and a shutdown on Saint is exactly what the doctor ordered for Cloud9.
There's your Vi and Talia that you ordered in Champion Select. Vi ult used and Aurora killed. Perfect timing there for Cloud9. They get in, they've got the vision set up, they have the people.
Chat messages that popped up. Yozu saying double bot lane, Mage mentioned. That's one of the challenger players at the start of the year when all the pros were doing their race to the top of the ladder. Yozu and Cupid were a challenger duo who were constantly playing double Mage bot. And now we'll see if Sven and Vulcan can survive the aggro from Lyon here in the mid lane. APA rides in, and Sven gets the execute on Berserker. The power of the meta right there. He gets enough stacks for that ultimate to claim the kill.
Golden Eclipse, able to knock him down. It did not look powerful for a long time, but he hit that one thing. Nice reflect.
With a nice seismic shove, too. Dokla's now in a very dangerous spot. Has to use Grim Deliverance to try to get away. Blabber thought about maybe wanting to finish that off, but he would not have had enough damage.
Turns out C9 are the true ball of death all along. They group up back-to-back plays for them. It's all about preparation for these.
C9 fighting their way back into this game. They've got a one dragon advantage. They're only down 500 gold now, as Lyon are going to try to use the Herald here in the mid lane. Weaver's Wall summoned up to make it so the Herald charge is not successful. C9 doing everything they can to beat this thing down, but meanwhile, Lyon are duoing the Baron, and C9 seem to have absolutely no idea. Thanatos is wrapping around, maybe looking to make a play here in mid. C9 still unaware of the Baron. It's down to 1/3 HP. Now they're moving over. Baron down to 4K. Tidal wave coming through. Inspired to jump the both. Thanatos makes his way into the pit. Blabber wants to turn his team away. He flashes it. Oh! It's Dokla securing the Baron here for Lyon, but Inspired is already down, and Lyon's got to try to get everybody else out. Honestly, you lose your jungler, but you claim a Baron. I'm going to call that worth for Lyon.
That was huge. Inspired didn't even get his smite off, I believe. So Blabber goes in, tries to land the smite combo, but the Zehen is the one who finishes it off, and Lyon get away there. That was so risky. If they lose the Baron, that is tragic for their game.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I mean, Sven, when he gets that feeling, gets that inkling, and then he blue trinkets over by the Baron, then everybody presses the emergency buttons, Flowers. You've been in those games, everybody get in the pit now! And the smites are going off. Shortly, Flowers, 50 seconds on the clock, everybody trying to do their prep work. If you can get a little advantage out of one of these lanes, out of one of these wards on the side, it could be everything.
Well, the clock is having a little bit of a problem right now. I don't know if it's 50 seconds or if it's 10 seconds. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow flies out and it connects onto Thanatos. But the defense from Cloud9 is already there. They're trying to hold the line long enough, but Thanatos has already died. C9 falling back as Lyon find their pick, and Berserker hits his target dead on.
Yeah, the snipe from downtown and the assist to the pillar from Inspired to keep him there and make sure that it hits. Now, C9, 4v5. Can they pull it off? They're hoping for a steal. They're hoping to create some chaos here and get a soul out of it.
The only ultimates left up are Inspired Subjugate and Sven's Golden Eclipse. C9, they back away. They don't want anything else to do with this. It's a 4v5. They don't want to risk it.
I mean, this was just an incredibly risky spot for Thanatos to be recalling in. He's recalling in that side brush with them around, gets spotted by Saint. I'm not sure if he already knew he was in there or if it was just him kind of walking up and
more survivability and drain tanking to the Zehen, and you can see he's working on the Maw of Malmortius next.
And you can see Thanatos still on those brown bags, doesn't have the upgraded boots, so didn't have Merc Shreds or anything like that to deal with all of the CC that was landing on him. And was obviously pretty heavily punished for that. Sven just trying to step forward and flex on him. Look at Dokla.
Yeah, Dokla coming around from the flank, but meanwhile the fight has already started. Blabber going in after Saint. The exhaust is there, but he goes between worlds and gets away for now. Blabber with the chase with the ball breaker, but he finds his mark. Thanatos trying to use the ultimate to get enough survivability here on the Renekton. Sven is also incredibly low. Everybody on Lyon still with plenty of HP, but they've lost their mid laner. Blabber's still looking for an angle, but Blabber gets tagged by Berserker. The Vi is just dead, but a beautiful seismic shove, and Berserker's gone too. Thanatos to the front line as Dokla lands with grim deliverance and leads the charge after the C9 lines. Sven still firing back with the radiant volleys. He rebuttals, he gets the root onto Isles, but the solar snare just doesn't have the range to follow it up. And Lyon back away, C9, both sides losing 2.
I mean, these fights are crazy, but Blabber, Vulcan, he used the Mikhails early. I don't even know what he was trying to Mikhails there, but it was just like a slow or something like that. So once the Mikhails is used, Sven can no longer tank that Crystal Arrow, so it means he loses the flash. That is going to be a big deal potentially for these subsequent Dragon fights.
And they're going to teleport in. Base checking into the darkness.
Weaver's wall, not going to find a whole lot. Lyon still trying to back away. Berserker gets tagged with a slow, but nothing more. Inspired clearing out some of the vision here in the banana brush. Very important when you're fighting around a dragon. All 5 alive on both sides. Saint still far away back by the chicken pit on the Lyon jungle. As Thanatos wants to step forward, Dread Return going to grab him. Sven under pressure, Inspired going in after the enemy carry. Blabber tries to go after Saint, but he gets away between worlds. Thanatos has already killed Berserker though, and Lyon are in some serious danger. Inspired's already dead. APA goes on a killing spree, but now he's going to flash away. Otherwise, Dokla might have taken him out. The determination bar is full. Saint still trying to find a little bit more damage as Dokla keeps fighting. He'll finally get knocked down, but he'll come back with full HP. He tries to get a little bit more drain tanking. Dokla's still very healthy. C9 might have got the extra kill, but their health bars are blinking red.
Lyon tried to flank around and put extra pressure onto Sven and try and punish this flashless Mel. Even Inspired flashing in to go point blank on him, but they can't quite get him. Cutting from Sven, very nice. And Cloud9, they still have the Guardian Angel on Blabber, so they're going to start the Dragon up.
And one of the critical things is that Inspired is the one who died on the Lyon side. There's no chance to contest here with a smite, and that is Hex Tech Soul for C9, 34 minutes into the game.
These fights are just insane.
I'd say right there is about the best effect you could have. Killing Berserker at the very start, you saw the frustration on his face, and now C9 with their Hex Soul are starting to bear it.
Dokla is bot here. They're trying to force the TP out, and Sven completed his death cap, so he is super strong now with the soul and death cap.
Okay, here's the TP. Everybody from Lyon is ready to challenge for this, but Blabber might just die. Beautiful enchanted crystal arrow from the C9 jungler as Lyon nearly finds the kill. Saint might just be able to knock him into Guardian Angel at least. Blabber's gonna revive. Saint tries to get away. Sven's already down, and Saint will follow. Lyon looks for more. They know that Blabber is low, but it's still a 4v4 on the Rift. Thanatos trying to escape. He's got the dominance for the extra health for now. C9 managed to clear their retreat.
All the ults are down except for Zehen, except for Dokla. He can have a big re-engage. They're wrapping back around. Vision is on Baron. There's a control ward in the back.
They're just going to start it because Sven is down. That's the biggest poke for C9 here, and they still have so much consistent DPS with Berserker.
Okay, Blabber's starting the red, trying to just secure that one real quick, but the Baron is slowly losing HP, down to about half right now. Remember that Thanatos does not have the dominance ready to go. Dokla's going to be the target here of APA with the threaded volley as the Grim Deliverance from Dokla lands in the middle of everybody, but where's the damage? Thanatos has already died on the other side of the fight, but now Dokla's out of the picture here too, and Inspired is about to drop. A little bit more from Blabber, might get it up, but no, a double kill from Berserker. He's killing everybody! Arrow after arrow finds Cloud9, and Inspired will secure the last kill.
These fights being determined by the slimmest of margins. Both teams go after the enemy top laner there and barely being able to get the kill early. Trundle gets so big of a heal off of a dying champion, and that means Inspired's back to full health here after the scrap. Gonna have it back up for another attempt as we see the big dragon arriving to the rift shortly. And man, walking through darkness is so scary, but Cloud9 trying to deal with the mid lane pressure first and open up a way in.
And you can see that Inspired, he loves going towards these support items later on in the game. He has the Knife Thou, and it's actually linked onto Dokla here. That is kind of the Bash Bros up at the front. He knows that Dokla is so strong and is trying to help him drain tank.
Okay, Cloud9 trying to back away a little bit now, and Dokla goes straight in for APA. The Talia is under pressure, knocked up into the air, and Saint's already got the kill. Blabber's gonna as Inspired continues locking up the Cloud9 jungler. Sven's on the run and barely staying alive. Rebuttal keeps him going for a little bit longer as Berserker has to resurrect out of the Guardian Angel, but Dokla is not done. Grim Deliverance will deliver Lyon to the nexus of Cloud9. And it is Big Dokes who finds that pick. He goes on to APA with the dreaded return. His return to the LCS has been glorious, and Lyon will march on the Nexus. They're making their way straight through the enemy base. The Elder itself is not required. A 41-minute battle ends in victory for Lyon, and they move to match point.
And what a play from Dokla to finish this one off. Goes in with the teleport.
Hopefully we get a game 5. Who knows? Yeah, Roxanne.
Much time I'm going to throw back to the casters for the action.
Thank you, Kangas. I want to highlight 2 wards that are helping out with that. It was this mid lane ward.
Behind him.
Hold on, Inspired is already making the play happen. The tackle into the wall is there, and it's first blood, and it's on Berserker 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the game.
And we got to catch back up on all of that jungle information because it was hugely won by Lyon due to those early wards that I had just highlighted. They had perfect information on Blabber because both Dokla and Saint use their trinket wards to get this extra jungle advantage of information for Inspired, which he then uses to split the map against the Smolder lane that, guess what? You built everything, all your hopes around here. So it's just really good team coordination. Lyon using their trinket wards, to then...
Fine, still does not have his Rod of Ages completed. Saint's already got a couple of stacks on his, so APA is going to be behind in that department as Isles and Berserker are still looking for more pressure onto the tier 1 turret. They might just look to go for the dive. Flash into the tackle. Keeper's Verdict knocking APA straight up into the air. The greed was his demise. He wanted to stick around. He didn't respect Berserker and Isles enough, and Lyon get their kill.
And they always do this. He's always Inspired, that is, trading. Yeah, Dragon is going to come up in a couple seconds, so they're already making the move up to the top side. Inspired didn't even get there in time because Isles and Berserker take care of it, but they play to the top side. They drop. They're very comfortable.
C9 do have both of the first 2 Drakes. APA finally stacking that Rod of Ages, but is multiple stacks behind. And here's the replay of how he lost the HP.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You see them both. You're in their face, and almost 50% of his HP. He did have the potions running, so obviously regained a little bit of that, but that was playing with fire.
Okay, the dive onto Dokla. The Scion is very tanky. Can C9 cut all the way through the health bar? Both Cyclones already used. Thanatos has to pop the ulti to drop the turret aggro. That is one of the strengths of the Rek'Sai, being able to do that with the turret dives. Meanwhile, over in mid lane, Lyon looking for some pressure of their own. Vulcan's Tempered Fate not going to find a target there, but it does buy enough time for Sven and Vulcan to survive.
Because you're dropping some objectives and you're giving them to Cloud9 in the early stages to try and get to these moments, these breakpoints, the actual completion of the items in these. Oh, brush camp.
Okay, APA, he smelled something afoot. He does detect it before the play gets made, as now Inspired takes a little bit of damage. Vulcan has to go on a magical journey, trying to get away, flashes away from Berserker. Now Inspired down to 1/3. But there's not enough firepower from C9 to try to finish him off. Realm Warp is going to send Thanatos forward, but he immediately has to turn back around. Tackle into the wall from the Poppy as Inspired goes in towards Blabber, who wants to look for Berserker. Damage from APA, but Berserker flashes out, and Blabber's going to be the only death here so far. The Rift Herald drives into Berserker, but it doesn't have enough horsepower. Vulcan hops out. He wants to get the kill, but he goes on a magical journey right back away as Isles falls to Thanatos. It's an absolute madhouse here in the bottom lane, and only 1 dead on either side.
And the entire time, it was a 4v5. Wait, Saint's not done.
We're not done just yet. Nice stun onto the minion there from Vulcan. Thanatos still waiting, but he has almost no HP. Sven has arrived into the fight. The Tempered Fate from Vulcan locking up the enemy. Cassiopeia stunned into the wall as Thanatos has the knock-up and a killing spree. Sven takes Inspired low. Not low enough just yet. Magical journey for the flash follow. Inspired wants to lock him down here with a Cataclysm. C9 doing plenty of damage, and Inspired dies. C9 are coming to life.
Vulcan heard you talking about Lucio Bard. What about the Vulcan Bard? He is going crazy.
Okay, Doku's made his way in now, though. Berserker nearly kills Vulcan with a Cathian Rain, but they want to turn their attention back over onto Sven instead. Dokla gets the shutdown, and Vulcan barely gets away. Thanatos using his network of tunnels like a pinball machine, and he gets out.
What a scramble! I mean, sometimes you can if you have 25 stacks too. That helps out. We'll see.
Oh boy, Saint's gonna be your target here as he throws out the miasma. Blabber cannot close enough distance in time. Wow, this is a lot of teleports. It's looking like a Christmas tree up here in top lane as C9 sends the whole crew. Vulcan arrived even with the Summoner's Spellbook to make sure that he could join the fight. C9 continue backing away for now. They don't want to allow Lyon to get any kind of a pincer attack. Defensive Tempered Fate coming out from Vulcan, but now he's in danger. Tries to get away through the magical journey, but it ain't gonna happen. Make it a 2 for nothing for Lyon, as Baron is on the map. Disaster for C9, and Lyon find exactly what they wanted.
The CC chain was perfect there. Isles finds the engage, and then Blabber tries to turn around for the re-engage, but he's in the miasma, and he gets hit by the miasma. He can't get out of that. Then he's hit by the petrifying gaze. He's stunned up. He's knocked down. C9's 3 members trying to make something happen here, but Inspired is just going to finish it. They're looking for Sven.
There's the Keeper's Verdict immediately with Killer Instinct right after it from Berserker, and Sven falls. C9, another punish from Lyon. Another mistake from a C9 player results in another objective taken by Lyon.
The stops. They have to channel their energy now, hovering this Rise split push at the moment. You see Blabber here trying to hover for him. He does get visual.
Yeah, Isles with the tackle and the wall, but nobody's there to follow it up. APA exhausted, knocked up into the air by the Keeper's Verdict. Blabber's got to be careful trying to get away from this one, but Inspired chases after him with the dunk over the wall. That's Jungler down on the C9 side as Inspired gets back away, and Mom won't do a lot. Thanatos needs more damage to find the kill on Isles, but does not have it. The Execute won't do it. The tunnel over the wall to try to escape. Thanatos on the run, but Berserker's got that killer instinct. Lions AD carries on a rampage.
You can hover the split push, but Lions just send everyone. They run you right over. So many extra kills going through, and now they're blowing the game open. Can poke and earn themselves a little bit of a health lead before one of these quick engages goes off, but that's very difficult.
Gold leads 3K, and 2,000 of it is on Berserker. I also want to point out his Kai'Sa build. Kai'Sa's one of those champions that can kind of just pick up any random object in the garage and put it in her build. She has all sorts of options. Berserker's not going for really any of the AP options just besides the Ginsu's this game. Instead, opting for more attack speed, opting for more damage, and it's because he has the ability to fire onto Thanatos and Blabber and APA, and he's jumping in again. Thanatos his target this time as the damage just pours through, and the Rek'Sai can't do anything. Meanwhile, C9 can barely knock Dokla below half HP. Lyon just walking away with that free kill.
And this is the thing that makes the gold lead lie to you a little bit, is that Dokla is worth so much more than Thanatos at this point. On one side, Dokla is just absorbing all of the damage, forcing the flash out of Sven, and on the other, Thanatos is just getting killed off so quickly.
Dokla still alive for now, very low. Does not want to attempt too much more against the execute threshold of the Smolder, but Lyon are sending everybody except for Dokla up towards the Baron pit. They know they've still got another 20 seconds before Thanatos is back alive, and even once he respawns, look at the teleport timer. It's in black and white, so it's hard to tell, but there's still a lot more than that 10-second death timer on it, so it's not possible for him to immediately join. APA's got to be careful here. Down to 60% HP, does not get tagged by the Void Seeker, and C9 walk it off.
Kyle's doing his best. He's been making lots of plays. And this is one of the players that is not a star on Lyon. This is one of the players where everyone was like, oh yeah, they fought Inspired and Berserker back, and Saint was already good. But Isles was kind of an afterthought, and he has definitely had a huge impact in this game.
I mean, they have been winning the 2v2, and it's not just because of Berserker. Isles looking again.
Yeah, he wants that tackle. Vulcan gets away through the magical journey. Thanatos is going to be your target, but Sven also gets caught here by the decimating smash. Vulcan ends up locking up Sven, and now the Smolder is grounded. Another smash is going to knock him up into the air, but Mom comes in for the counterattack. Berserker's into the back line. He finds the kill into Sven, and he's going to get even more now. A double kill for Berserker, and he'll resurrect right after the fact. APA might have killed Isles, but he's got to try to get away. The Realm Warp is canceled by Miasma. A double kill for Saints, and Lyon is gonna march it down mid lane.
The Bartle from Vulcan catches Sven, and Dokla does not hesitate, flashes in, takes him out. Lyon have done it.
Lyon starting off strong here at the beginning of 2026. Their Swiss stage leveling up so much as they've made their way into playoffs. They had to run the gauntlet in finals weekend on Friday, on Saturday, and now Fans' favorite C9 on Sunday. They will show that they deserve to represent North America at first stand. They will knock out the #1 team in C9. And Lyon are your LCS lock-in champions.
They've showcased so much. Today they just played standard stuff against Cloud9, but throughout the playoffs they've shown so much flexibility, so many different styles, so much versatility.
Hey man, it's good to see Berserker back in North America, lifting a trophy up there on stage.
Not just lifting a trophy, but lifting a trophy against his former squad, against his former lane mate.
David, what are the afters?
Bottom lane 2v2.
What are the afters?
I said I have work.
Dude, it's 8 p.m.
I know, I have a job.
Me
What a
too.
day this must be.
I have a job that I need to be there for a meeting at 9 a.m. in the morning and not be,
Really cool moment for the Latin community as well, as their team here for one.
I don't know if you guys can see me in the very back here. I know this was a much different co-stream than you guys are probably used to seeing, but I hope you enjoyed it at a minimum. I'm going to wrap things up here, help clean up at the bar, like help put all the chairs away and everything else here. Big thanks to Roxanne in chat. She covered a $500 bar tab for everybody here. Thank you, Roxanne. Everybody had a blast here. I don't know what else to say other than a fantastic split. I'll talk about the actual results of everything in a video later today and on TikTok here in a bit. But I just want to make sure everything's cleared up with the venue here and make sure everything's good. So I'm going to end the stream. Thank you all for coming up, for showing up, and yeah, that's going to be it.